Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Learn English with the Hobbit. In this part of the story, things are getting more exciting. And of course, we'll discover some great new words and expressions along the way. So grab your book, follow along, and let's enjoy this magical journey together. Then they went back and found Thorin with his feet on the fender smoking a pipe. He was blowing the most enormous smoke rings, and wherever he told one to go, it went up the chimney, or behind the clock on the mantelpiece, or under the table, or round and round the ceiling. But wherever it went, it was not quick enough to escape Gandalf. Huh! He sent a smaller smoke ring from his short clay pipe straight through each one of Thorin's. The Gandalf smoke ring would go green and come back to hover over the wizard's head. He had quite a cloud of them about him already, and in the dim light, it made him look strange and sorcerous. Bilbo stood still and watched. He loved smoke rings, and then be blushed to think how proud he had been yesterday morning of the smoke rings he had sent up the wind over the hill. "Now for some music," said Thorin. "Bring out the instruments." Keely and Philly rushed for their bags and brought back little fiddles. Dory, Nori, and Ori brought out flute from somewhere inside their coats. Bomber produced a drum from the hall. Bifer and Bofer went out too, and came back with clarinets that they had left among the walking sticks. Dwalin and Balin said, "Excuse me, I left mine in the porch." "Just bring mine in with you," said Thorin. They came back with vials as big as themselves, and with Thorin's harp wrapped in a green cloth. It was a beautiful golden harp, and when Thorin struck it, the music began all at once, so sudden and sweet that Bilbo forgot everything else and was swept away into dark lands under strange moons, far over the water and very far from his hobbit hole under the hill. All right, that was a magical scene, right? Smoke rings, music, and a golden harp. Classic Hobbit vibes. Now let's slow it down and take a closer look at the vocabulary from this part of the story. I've picked some key words and phrases, and I'll explain them one by one, Hobbit style, of course. And hey, if you're enjoying this journey through the Hobbit, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, and it means I can bring you more magical English lessons like this one. All right, time for some vocabulary fun with Alex. Found is the past of find, which means to discover or come across something. When they found Thorin, it means they came back and saw where he was chilling by the fire like a boss. Feet are what you stand on. In this case, Thorin had his feet up on the fender, super relaxed like he owned the place. A fender is the metal part in front of a fireplace that protects the floor. So Thorin had his feet on it, enjoying the heat, very Dwarf Lord style. Most means the greatest amount. So when the book says the most enormous smoke rings, it means huge ones. Thorin was basically showing off. A chimney is the tunnel smoke goes up from the fireplace. Thorin's smoke rings floated right up the chimney like little smoky ghosts. The mantelpiece is the shelf above a fireplace. Imagine a smoke rings sneaking behind the clock on it. Very magical, right? The ceiling is the top inside surface of a room. The smoke rings were spinning around up there like lazy dancers. To escape means to get away. But no matter where Thorin sent his smoke, Gandalf's little rings always caught up. They couldn't escape the wizard. A clay pipe is an old-fashioned smoking pipe made of clay. Gandalf's was small but mighty. It sent magical smoke rings like arrows. This phrase means directly, without stopping. Gandalf shot his smoke rings straight through Thorin's, like a smoke-powered ninja move. To hover means to float gently in one place. Gandalf's green smoke rings just hovered over his head like mystical crowns. A cloud is a big group of tiny drops or smoke in the air. Gandalf had a whole cloud of smoke rings around him, mysterious and wizardly. Dim light means not very bright. With that soft glow and all the smoke, Gandalf looked like he came straight out of a fantasy movie. Sorceress means magical and mysterious. That's exactly how Gandalf looked, like he was casting spells just by smoking. Here still means not moving. Bilbo just stood there, frozen and fascinated. That smoke ring show was hypnotic. To blush is when your face turns red, usually from embarrassment. Bilbo blushed thinking about how proud he'd been of his smoke rings. Cute, right? Proud means feeling good about something you did. Bilbo was proud of his smoke rings yesterday, until he saw Gandalf's magic ones. This is a lively way to say, let's start the music. Thorin was ready to kick off the party, dwarf style. Bring out means to take something from a place so others can see or use it. The dwarves were about to bring out their instruments. Time to jam. Instruments are tools for making music, like fiddles, flutes, and drums. And yes, the dwarves had all of them hidden in their coats. To rush for means to go quickly towards something. Philly and Keely rushed for their bags. They were excited to play. Bags, here are their travel sacks. They weren't just carrying clothes. There were little fiddles inside. A fiddle is like a small violin, perfect for dancing tunes by firelight in a hobbit's living room. A flute is a wind instrument you blow into. Dori, Nori, and Ori kept flutes in their coats, always ready for a dwarf concert. Coats are outerwear to keep you warm, but these dwarves used them to hide their musical instruments. Clever, right? To produce something means to take it out or make it appear. Bomber produced a drum from the hall. Surprise music incoming. A drum is a percussion instrument you hit to make rhythm. Bomber didn't forget the beat. A clarinet is a sleek wind instrument with a smooth sound. Bifer and Bofer brought theirs from the walking stick pile. Classic dwarf logic. Among means in the middle of a group. Their clarinets were hidden among the walking sticks. Music and mystery, very on brand. Left is the past of leave. Dwalin and Balin had left their instruments in the porch, not the safest spot. A porch is a covered area at the front of a house. That's where the dwarves stored their massive vials. A viol is a string instrument like a big violin. These ones were almost as big as the dwarves themselves. A harp is a large instrument with strings that you pluck. Thorin's golden harp stole the show, royalty vibes. Wrapped means covered or enclosed in something. Thorin kept his harp wrapped in green cloth, probably to protect it from dust or drama. To strike an instrument means to play it by hitting or plucking. Thorin struck the harp, and boom, music magic. All at once, this means everything happened suddenly and together. The music didn't ease in, It started all at once like a wave. Sudden means unexpected and fast. The music began so sudden, it caught Bilbo off guard, in a good way. Here, sweet means pleasant and lovely. The music was sweet enough to make you forget where you were, even if you were a nervous hobbit. To be swept away means to be emotionally carried far from reality. That's how Bilbo felt, like he was dreaming with open eyes. Lands here means places or worlds. The music took Bilbo far away in his mind, to dark lands and strange moons. And that's it for today's journey through smoke rings, magical music, and golden harps. I hope you not only enjoyed the story, but also picked up some useful new words along the way. Remember, learning English can be an adventure, just like Bilbo's. So keep going, stay curious, and never stop exploring new stories and vocabulary. If you like this episode, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more. Until next time, keep reading, keep learning, and stay hobbit-hearted.